Welcome back to a brand new episode of GC 360, recorded right here in our Garden City, New York media studio. I'm your host, Victoria. On this show, we chat about everything from community news happening in Garden City to common everyday topics such as relationships, business, sports, finance, health, education, and breaking news. This episode is brought to you by Alliance Services, helping older adults to continue to live well and independent. On today's show, we're going to be discussing the pros and cons of starting a career in real estate. We know the real estate market is a critical driver of the United States' economic growth, but is a real estate career the right path for you? Joining us in studio to discuss this topic is our special guest and friend, JudyHsu. Judy is a licensed real estate agent with the Douglas Elliman team here in Garden City and specializes in residential real estate. Judy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. I'm very pleased and very pleasure to be here today.
Yes, I'm very excited to have you. So Judy, before I ask you about residential real estate, can you tell our audience a little bit more about yourself and what made you want to get into it?
Yes, I grew up in Taiwan and my father was a real estate agent most of his life. So I grew up looking at him, like helping people like buy their dream homes and also sell their homes to the next person. So I've always loved that and I totally wanted to jump into it.
Well, clearly you chose the right path because you're on fire with selling these apartments and homes, especially in the midst of a pandemic.
Oh yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Crazy. Okay, Judy, you specialize in residential real estate. What does that mean exactly? And what category of properties do you buy and sell?
Sure, Victoria. So basically residential real estate means like new construction or resale homes. So they also include like condos, co-ops, like townhouses, duplexes, and like vacation homes. But my passion is always like in single family homes. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Now, I know there are a ton of pros to becoming a successful real estate agent, but what do you enjoy most about it?
What I do love about it, that's why I'm so passionate about it, is like when people look at me in the eyes and when they're like happy that I'm helping them, and it's super, super rewarding. Yeah.
That's awesome. And what would you say some of the cons are?
Well, Victoria, I wouldn't say cons, but I would say challenges in this industry because there are so many. So what's the most challenging for me is to be like different places at one time. So like one day I'll be doing like virtual tours for one of the houses, and then I have to go to a closing on the other end of Long Island. And then like later on in the evening, I have to show houses to like my buyers. So like my top record was 5 houses in one day, like showings.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, one final question, Judy. Any final advice for our viewers looking to get into the real estate industry?
Yes, I always tell people to be passionate and also to be open, to smile, to bring positivity, be there for your clients, no matter what. You're not there as their agent, but you're there to be their friends.
I could feel your passion right now, so that is very true. Thank you for joining us today, Judy. How can our viewers get in contact with you?
Sure, I'm always there at Douglas Elliman. If you have any questions, they can call me at my cell, 516-695-8024. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Judy. It was great having you. And thank you all for tuning in to another episode of GC 360, recorded right here in our Garden City, New York media studio. I'm your host, Victoria, and I'll see you all next time.